Welcome to Tungal College online classes. Hello students, how are you all? Today I am going to start another important chapter of first PUC chemistry. The name is chemical bonding and molecular structure. The chemical bonding and molecular structure has 11 marks weightage in your PUC examination. You will get 11 marks from the chapter. From this 11 marks, you will get one question 2 mark and you will get 3 questions 3 marks. 1 2 mark question you will get and 3 mark questions you will get. So total number of marks is 11 from this chapter. Now before going to get learning about chemical bonding and molecular structure, first you need to understand one small term meaning. That small term is none other than a bond. What is the meaning of a bond? The bond meaning is attractive force. The bond meaning is attractive force or the force of attraction. By taking this term, we can define the chemical bond. The chemical bond is defined as the force of attraction which holds any two constant atoms or ions together is called as a chemical bond. So I am defining one more, the force of attraction which holds any two constant atoms or ions together. Let us understand what is the meaning of this statement by taking one general example. For example, I am taking the formation of a hydrogen molecule, the formation of a H2 molecule. Formation of H2 molecule. So I am taking a hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom combines with another hydrogen atom to form hydrogen molecule, H2 molecule. So this H molecule taken as H like this, right? H2 molecule. So this is hydrogen is nothing but atom and this is another atom. These two atoms combine to form molecule. Clear? I am taking one more example. So Na plus ion react with Cl minus ion. So this is a positive ion and this is negative ion. We have to take two oppositely charged ions. These two oppositely charged ions combine to form a NaCl compound. NaCl compound. So by taking this, we can understand between these two hydrogen atoms, certain force of attraction is there. Between these two oppositely charged ions, so certain force of attractions will operate. So the force of attraction which holds two constant atoms or ions together in a molecule or a compound is called as a chemical bond. Let us write the definition. Definition of chemical bond. The force of attraction, the force of attraction which holds any two constant atoms or ions together is called chemical bond. Is called chemical bond. This is the definition of chemical bond. By looking at these examples, what we understand is why hydrogen atom combines with another hydrogen atom. One common question is arises to us. Why do atoms are combining? If you take oxygen, two atoms combine to form oxygen molecule. Take nitrogen, two nitrogen atoms combine to form nitrogen molecule. So simplest meaning is why these atoms are combining to form a molecules. So question is, why do atoms combine? So this is a simple biggest question is arises in this chapter. Why do atoms are combining? What is the necessity to combining of atoms? Why atoms are cannot exist independently? So simple answer for this, why do atoms are combining? The simplest answer for this question is to attain stability. The answer for this question, why do atoms are combining? The simplest answer is to attain stability. Then one more doubt arises to us. What is the doubt? How they attain the stability? So we can explain how the atoms attain the stability we can explain in two different ways. One is by taking the concept of energy. By taking the concept of energy, we can explain how the atoms are attaining stability. And the second one is by taking the concept of octet rule. By taking these two concepts, we can explain how the atoms are attaining stability. First, we can take energy concept. So, according to energy, the system is always stable at a lower energy state when compared to the higher energy state. So, atoms are highly energetic. So, they are highly unstable. To attain stability, atoms are combined to form molecules. Molecules are less energetic. Let us take an example. Same example, I am taking the formation of H2 molecule. So, I am taking H2 molecule formation. Here again, anything you can take, O2 molecule formation, N2 molecule formation, any atoms you can take. Understanding purpose, simplest molecule I took hydrogen molecule. So, this is one hydrogen atom. I label two hydrogens here. This is one hydrogen atom, its nucleus, and this hydrogen electron, one hydrogen electron. I am taking another hydrogen. This is another hydrogen atom, its nucleus, and its electron. To differentiate these two hydrogen atoms, so I am labeling this hydrogen atom is A, this hydrogen atom I am labeling as B. Understanding purpose, to differentiate two hydrogens. So, this is I am labeling as hydrogen A, HA, this I am labeling as hydrogen B is HB. Clear? Now, this is the nucleus of hydrogen A. So, I am labeling it as a nucleus of hydrogen A. And this is a nucleus of hydrogen B. I am labeling as NB, nucleus of hydrogen B. And this is a electron of hydrogen A. I am labeling as EA. And this is a electron of hydrogen B. I am labeling as EB. HA is hydrogen atom A, EA is the electron of hydrogen A, and Na is the nucleus of hydrogen A. And here is EB is the electron of hydrogen B. HB is the hydrogen B, and NB is the nucleus of hydrogen B. And in your previous classes, you learned about that two oppositely charged species will attract always each other. So, this is a nucleus of hydrogen positive charge. Nucleus of hydrogen positive charge. This is the electron of hydrogen B negative charge. Nucleus of hydrogen A positive charge, and the nucleus of electron of hydrogen B negative charge. Both will attract each other. That means this nucleus pull these electrons towards its own direction. This nucleus pulling this electron towards its direction. As a result, this hydrogen B moves towards hydrogen A. Clear? Next, nucleus of hydrogen B. This nucleus positive charge, and this is the electron of hydrogen A. Nucleus of hydrogen B attracts the electron of hydrogen A towards its direction. So, this electron attracting towards like this, towards its nucleus. As a result, this hydrogen A atom come close towards hydrogen B. So, hydrogen A pulling the hydrogen B towards this direction, hydrogen B pulling the hydrogen A towards this direction. Here is a nuclear force of attraction is operating. As a result, these two atoms, this atom is moving in this direction and this atom is moving in this direction. As a result, both atoms are coming close to each other. And like this, I am showing. So, this is nucleus of hydrogen A and this is nucleus of hydrogen B, its electrons. Right, at a particular internuclear distance, these two atoms combine together to form molecules. Nucleus, this is a hydrogen A and this is hydrogen B. At a particular nuclear distance, the two hydrogen atoms combine to form molecule. If the hydrogen atoms very come close to each other, these two positive charges again repel each other. As a result, the hydrogen atoms will go far away from each other. At a particular internuclear distance, there will be maximum as maximum forces will operate. As a result, two hydrogen atoms hold each other. Now the point is, these are hydrogen atoms. Hydrogen atoms. It is the molecule. So, atoms are converted into molecules. What the point we understand from this explanation is, atoms are converted into molecules. Clear? Atoms are energy is high. more energy. Atoms possess more energy. Atoms possess more energy. Molecules possess less energy and compared to atoms. Molecules are less energy and compared to atoms. So more energetic system is converting into less energy system. So more energy system is converting into less energy system. Energy is decreases automatically. The system is with less energy more stable. The system is more energy is unstable, and more energy system is converting into low energy system. As a result, they attain stability. So simply, how the atoms are attaining stability? Simply by converting molecule, they are lowering their energy. This is one concept. Why do atoms are combining to attain stability? How they are attaining? In one way is they are decreasing their energy. So low energy system is more stable. This is one concept. The second one we can explain on the basis of octet rule. Octet rule is defined as the tendency of an element which attains to attain 8 electrons in their outermost energy level is called as octet rule. So elements with 8 electrons in the valence shell, they are more stable like noble gases. First we have to discuss about noble gases. We have helium, the next one we have is neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. So these are the noble gases. Helium configuration is general configuration is 1s2. It has only 2 electrons in their outermost in their valence shell. So that this configuration is called as a duplet configuration. Only 2 electrons is there. We are calling it as a duplet configuration. Remaining noble gases. They have general configuration ns2 np6. So 2 plus 6, so the total number of electrons in this noble gases is equal to 8 electrons. So in the valence shell of noble gases, they have 8 electrons. 8 in the sense we are pronouncing as octa. So noble gases are more stable because of the presence of completely filled electron configuration in the valence shell. That too they have 8 electrons. Now the point is any element which reaches the noble gas configuration, they will become stable. Any element which attain 8 electrons in their outermost energy level, they become stable. So to attain the 8 electrons in the atom, they may gain electrons or they may lose electrons, they share electrons. Now based on the octet rule, octa meaning is 8. Any element which attain 8 electrons in their outermost energy level like noble gases, they will be stable. So let us read the definition of octet rule. The tendency of an element of an atom, or the tendency of an atom which attain 8 electrons, in their outermost energy level. Outermost energy level is called or is termed as octet rule. Now the question arises, how the elements attaining 8 electrons in their outermost energy level. So atoms attaining the 8 electrons in the outermost energy level either by gaining electrons or by losing electrons or by sharing of electrons. You will learn this concept in further. Now the question is why do atoms are combining? Simplest answer is to attain stability. How the atoms are attaining stability? In 2 different ways. One is by lowering energy. Atoms are highly energetic, so the highly energetic atoms are converting into low energetic molecules. So simply the high energy system is converting into low energy system. As a result, they are attaining stability by simply losing their energy or decreasing their energy. So one way the atoms are attaining stability by decreasing their energy. In another way, the atoms are attaining stability by reaching the noble gas configuration. So they are reaching 8 electrons in their outermost energy level. We are learning in the form of octet rule. Any element which attains 8 electrons in their outermost energy level is termed as a octet rule. I already mentioned the point how they reach the 8 electrons, either by losing or sharing or gaining of electrons. So this is a introduction regarding the chemical bond. Next topic is Kochel-Lewis approach to chemical bonding. Kochel and Lewis independently gave a satisfactory explanation for the formation of a chemical bond. According to them, the electrons present in the valence shell of an atom is called as valence electrons. These valence electrons involved in the chemical bond formation. What my point is, I am taking an atom, its nucleus, and electrons are revolve in the nucleus in a circular paths. We know very well this point, right? And this is the second shell and this is the third shell. So this is the first shell, this is the second shell, this is third shell. The last shell of an atom is called as a valence shell. Valence shell. And this valence shell contains electrons. These electrons are called as valence electrons. Is called as valence electrons. The last shell of atom is called as valence shell, and electrons present in the valence shell is called as valence electrons. These valence electrons involved in the chemical bond formation. Even the inner shells also has electrons. These are called as inner shell electrons or inner electrons, and this is the nucleus. They called nucleus plus inner electrons is called they called as kernels. Nucleus plus inner electrons are called as kernels. Electrons from the valence shell is called as valence electrons. Let us write the sentences regarding these 2 points. The first point, the electrons present in the valence shell is called valence electrons, is called the electrons present in the valence shell is called as valence electrons, and these electrons take part in a chemical bond formation. These electrons take part in the chemical bond formation. This is the point number 1. Point number 2. What is the point number 2? Nucleus plus inner shell electrons. These inner shell electrons are called as kernels. Nucleus plus inner shell electrons are simply inner electrons are called kernels. Nucleus plus inner electrons are called as kernels. To show these valence electrons in an atom, Lewis gave a simplest notations. These notations are called as Lewis symbols. So we have to learn about Lewis symbols. Lewis symbols. So we have to represent these valence electrons on atom. Those we are in the form of a dots upon the electrons we have to show in the form of a dot on the atom. These symbols we have to call as Lewis symbols. First element we have is hydrogen. Next we have is helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and last one we have is neon. So we will write the Lewis symbol for each and every element up to 10 elements. Hydrogen. So how do you write? First we have to write the electron configuration. Hydrogen electron configuration is 1s1. Only one electron is there. So this one electron is present in the outermost shell. We have to show in the form of a dot. This is the Lewis symbol for hydrogen. This dot represents one valence electron. Only valence electron we have to show. We won't show inner shell electrons in the form of a dot. Only valence electrons we have to show in the form of a dot. Next we have helium. Helium electron configuration is what? 1s2. There are 2 electrons. So 2 electrons present in the valence shell we have to show in the form of a 2 dots. Next we have lithium. Lithium electron configuration is what? 1s2. 2s1. So 1s2, these 2 electrons present in the inner shells. Outermost shell is what? 2. Last energy is 2s1. Only one electron present in the lithium, in the valence shell. So we have to show only one dot. Clear? Next, beryllium. So how do you write the electron configuration? Bernoulli 1s2, 2s2. This is the first shell. 1s2 is the first shell. 2 represents principal quantum number. Second shell. 2 represents second shell. 1 represents first shell. Second shell is the valence shell. How many electrons is there? 2 electrons. So we have to show 2 dots. So this is the first dot. This is the second dot. Clear? Then boron configuration is what? 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. So this is the electronic configuration of boron. How many? This is the first shell. 2. These two are belongs to second shell itself. How many electrons is there? 2 plus 1, 3 electrons. So we have to write 3 dots. This is the first dot. This is the second dot. This is the third. 3 valence electrons we have to show in the form of a dot. This is the Lewis symbol for boron. Carbon has electron configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. So 2p2. The total number of valence electrons in the carbon is 4. What the meaning is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. So total number of valence electrons in the carbon is how many? 4. 4 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 valence electrons in the carbon. Nitrogen. So nitrogen we have to write electron configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So 2p3 in the sense this is the last energy level. 2 plus 3, 5 electrons. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I will show clearly. Nitrogen 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Clear. Next we have is oxygen, fluorine and neon. Oxygen has a configuration 1s2, 2s2, 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Total number of valence electrons in oxygen is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and this is 6. Fluorine is how many? 7. I am writing oxygen is 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. The total is equal to 6 electrons. Here is 5 electrons. Fluorine 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. The valence electrons is 5 plus 2, 7 electrons. These 7 electrons we have to show in the form of a dot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Clear? Now neon is the similar case. Neon is how many? Electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. The total number of valence electrons how many is there? 8 electrons. Show in the form of a dot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is these are called as Lewis symbols. In Lewis symbols, what we did, we showed what is the electrons present in the valence shell in the form of a dot. These symbols are called as Lewis symbols. In further classes, we will use Lewis symbols while learning the chemical bonding topic. Next topic is types of chemical bonds. There are different types of chemical bonds. They are, the first one is covalent bond, the second one is ionic bond, third one is coordinate covalent bond, the fourth one is metallic bond, the fifth one is hydrogen bonding. Let us write them. First one is covalent bond. First one is covalent bond. The second one is ionic bond. Second one is ionic bond, and the third one is coordinate covalent bond. Third one is coordinate covalent bond, and the fourth one is metallic bond. And the fifth one is hydrogen bonding. So these are the different types of chemical bonds. Let us discuss one by one in detail. The first one is we have a covalent bond. Covalent bond. The covalent bond is defined as the bond formed between any two elements by sharing is called as a covalent bond. Let us read the sentence. The bond formed between any two elements or atoms by sharing of electrons is called covalent bond. Is called covalent bond. So let us understand the exact meaning of this definition by taking one suitable example. For understanding purpose, I am taking the formation of F2 molecule. Example purpose, I am taking the formation of fluorine molecule. In your previous class, you learned about Lewis-Dawes structures for the F2 molecule of fluorine. So fluorine I am writing here, and fluorine has a number of valence electrons is 7. Already previously I showed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 7. The fluorine has 7 valence electrons. Here is 2 fluorines is there. I am drawing another fluorine here, second fluorine, and it also has 7 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 electrons. Right? It has only 7 electrons. Initially it has 7 electrons. This fluorine also has how many electrons? 7 electrons. Because according to octet rule, the element which attain 8 electrons in their outermost energy level, they are stable. How many electrons shortage is here? 1 electron. If this fluorine take 1 electron, it will become 8 electrons. If this chlorine take 1 electron, this will become 8 electrons. But both won't give. So because and they ready to share electrons. This fluorine contribute 1 electron. This fluorine contribute this electron. Both contribute 1 electron. Both will share. How they are sharing will I am showing here. Like this. Right, before sharing how many number of electrons for each fluorine? 7, 7. After sharing these 2 electrons present between them, these 2 electrons belongs to this fluorine, these 2 electrons belongs to this fluorine. So this pair of electrons belongs to this fluorine and this fluorine. After sharing a number of electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this fluorine has 8 electrons after sharing. For this fluorine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This fluorine also has 8 electrons. Before sharing, they have 7 electrons. After sharing, each fluorine has 8 electrons. They reached a noble gas configuration. That means outermost configuration has 8 electrons. So they become stable. So after sharing, the bond formed between them is fluorine and fluorine. One bond will be representing this bond is made up of 2 electrons. These 2 electrons we are showing in the form of a hyphen. This made up of 2 electrons. Remaining electrons we have to show as usual. Like this. 7 electrons. These 6 electrons do not involve in the bonding. These 6 electrons do not involve in the bonding. Only these 2 electrons involved in the bonding. The electrons which are involved in the bonding, these 2 electrons. This bond is made up of 2 electrons already showed. These electrons are called as bond pair electrons. These electrons are called as bond pair electrons. So bond pair electrons is defined as the valence electrons which are involved in the bond formation is called as bond pair electrons. And remaining these 2 electrons we have taken 2 electrons as a one pair. So these two. These electrons are not involved in the bonding. These are called as lone pair electrons. These are called as lone pair electrons. Lone pair electrons is defined as the valence electrons which do not involved in the bond formation is called as lone pair electrons. Difference between the bond pair lone pair is, on common point is lone pair is a valence electrons, even bond pair also a valence electrons. Both valence electrons only. All these are valence electrons, but the difference is electrons involved in the bond formation is called as bond pair. Electrons not involved in the bond formation is called as a lone pair. This fluorine has how many valence lone pairs? This is one lone pair. This is the second lone pair. This is third lone pair. This fluorine has 3 lone pairs. This fluorine also similar. 1, 2, 3. The total number of lone pairs for the 2 fluorine atoms together is 3 plus 3, 6 lone pair of electrons is there, 1 bond pair. This fluorine has 1 bond pair and 6 lone pairs. 6 lone pair electrons. So one more important point while dealing about chemical covalent bond, each atom must contribute 1 electron, each must share. So one atom will be contributing, this atom is contributing, this atom also contributing, both atoms will contribute the electrons, both must be shared. Such type of bond is called as a covalent bond. Now if one electron pair is shared between the only one electron pair is shared between the two atoms, such covalent bond is called as a single covalent bond or single bond. First one is a single bond. Single bond. Let us understand the single bond by taking one general example. I am taking the formation of Cl2 molecule, right? So there are two chlorines. This is the first chlorine, this is first chlorine, second chlorine. Atomic number is 7. So first we have to write the Lewis structures for these chlorine atoms. So Lewis structures we have to write in the sense we must know number of valence electrons. First we will find the valence electrons of this chlorine. So configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. Clear? How many number of valence electrons is there? 2 plus 5. Total number of valence electrons is 7. Write them. So this is one chlorine. They had 7 valence electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and this is 7. And one more Cl2. I wrote one chlorine. One more chlorine is there. This chlorine also has a same electronic configuration. Electronic configuration 2 chlorines is same. So I am writing one more chlorine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Before sharing they have 7 valence electrons. It has 7 electrons. It also has 7 like fluorine. Right? How many electrons is shortage? How many shortage is there? We have to check. 7 is there. It required 8 to reach octet configuration. To reach 8 electrons, it is shortage of 1 electron. This chlorine also shortage of 1 electron. So because of shortage of 1 electron, this chlorine contribute 1 electron. This chlorine contribute 1 electron. Both will share. Now let us see how they were sharing. After sharing, these pair of electrons belongs to this chlorine, this pair of electrons belongs to this chlorine. Both will contribute, both are shared. The bond formed between by sharing is called as a covalent bond, we know very well. Now after bond formation, we have to show this chlorine and this is another chlorine. Between one bond is formed. I am writing in the form of hyphen. This line represents a pair of electrons, nothing but force of attraction. Force of attraction. Remaining electrons we have to show as usual. So here also one bond pair of how many bond pairs? One bond pair of how many lone pairs? Here is 3 bond pairs, 3 lone pairs, here also 3 lone pairs. Total number of lone pairs is 6. So this bond, only one bond is formed between two atoms. This bond is called as a single bond. If two atoms share, how do you write the sentence? Two atoms share one pair, only one pair of electrons, the bond between them is called as a single bond. Let us write it. If two atoms share one pair of electrons, if two atoms share one pair of electron, the covalent bond between them is called a single bond. The covalent bond between them is called a single bond. This is a single bond. Even this one also a single bond. Let us take a double bond. Second one is double bond. The second one is a double bond. For understanding of double bond, let us take example of O2 molecule. I am taking oxygen molecule. Take oxygen atom. First we have to write the Lewis structures. Take oxygen atom. Oxygen electron configuration is what? 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Its atomic number is 8. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Total number of electrons is 8. And I am taking one oxygen is here. Right? We have to show how many number of dots? 6. So one. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is a 6. 6 electrons I showed in the form of a dot according to Lewis. And 2 oxygens is there. Take one more oxygen. This also atomic number is 8. Electronic configuration remains say 1s2, 2s2, 2p. For electronic configuration remains the same. 2 oxygens are same. Then take that one also. 1 oxygen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now the question is arises. Before sharing, how many electrons they had? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They had 6 electrons. This oxygen also has how many electrons? 6 electrons. How many shortage to reach 8? 2. 6 we have to reach 2 electrons is required. So this oxygen must contribute 2 electrons, so this oxygen must contribute 2 electrons. So you may get doubt how many electrons we have to share. That is depends upon how many electrons they had shortage. If 1 electron shortage here, we shared 1 electron. Here also 1 electron shortage. 7 is there, 1 electron shortage, we shared 1 electron. Here is 2 electrons shortage. 6 is there, shortage is 2 electrons to reach 8. So how many electrons we have to share? 2 electrons. So that I kept middle is 2, here is 2. Now I am showing the sharing. I showed the sharing of electrons in this case. Now this is one pair, 2 electrons is one pair, these 2 electrons is one pair. Now these 2 electrons can form 1 bond. I already showed you. This bond is, this hyphen is shown by how many number of electrons? 2 electrons. This is one bond, this is one bond, this is the second bond. We can show as oxygen, then 2 pairs. Remaining 4 electrons we have to show in the form of a lone pairs. And after sharing 6 is there, these 4 electrons belongs to this section, these 4 electrons belongs to this section. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It reaches 8 electrons outermost energy level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It also reaches 8 electrons. Before sharing they have 6 electrons. After sharing they have 8 electrons each. They reach noble gas configuration. They become stable. Now I showed all the electrons on the molecule. Now here is a number of bond pairs. This is a pair of electrons. This pair I showed you like this hyphen. This is one pair. This is another pair. How many pairs is shared? 2 pairs of electrons is shared. How many bonds? How many bond pairs? Number of bond pairs. Number of bond pairs is equal to how many? 2. 1, 2. Here also number of bond pairs how many? 1 bond pair. Number of lone pairs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lone pairs. 6 lone pairs, 1 bond pair. 1 bond pair, 6 lone pair. Here also 1, 2 bond pairs is equal to number of lone pairs how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Bond pairs is equal to 4. Clear? Now one more point, we have to write the sentence. What is the sentence? Definitely, what is a double bond? If 2 atoms share 1 pair is called as a single bond. How many pairs is shared? 2 pairs. We have to call as a double bond. If 2 atoms share, if 2 atoms share 2 pairs. 2 pairs of electrons, the bond between them is called as a double bond. The bond between them is called as a double bond. So double bond is formed between 2 oxygen atoms. This is 2 electrons, this is 2 electrons. These are called as a bond pair electrons. I am labeling as BP. This also is a bond pair. Remaining these electrons are lone pairs. I already said what is the difference between the bond pair and lone pair. Bond pair meaning is electrons involved in the bond formation. Lone pair in the sense electrons do not involve in the bond formation. Both are bond pairs and lone pairs are valence electrons only. Now the third one is a triple bond. The third one is a triple bond formation. In the case of triple bond formation, I am taking example is a N2 molecule, nitrogen molecule. So first we have to take electronic configuration of nitrogen N2. N2 in the sense configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Number of electrons present in the nitrogen is valence electrons is 5. Total number of electrons is 7. Valence electrons is 5 because 2s2, 2p3, these are the valence shell. Number of valence electrons 2 plus that is equal to 5 electrons. Right? We have to write the electronic configuration of this one first nitrogen. Take second nitrogen. The second nitrogen also has the same electronic configuration. Clear? Then I'm drawing the Lewis structures. Lewis structures. I will draw this structure in another place. So I'm rubbing here. I'm drawing the nitrogen, place is not sufficient, I'm drawing here. I'm taking nitrogen molecule N2, so nitrogen 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. The total number of electrons valence shell is equal to how many? 5. 5 electrons is there. And another nitrogen is there. This nitrogen also has a same electronic configuration. Now I'm taking this nitrogen here and another nitrogen is here. Now show the number of valence electrons. How many is there? 5. How many dots we have to show? 5 dots. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and this is a 5. Sorry, I'm labeling 5 also is here. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You may got it out. So why should we take the 3 electrons in the middle? Here I took only 1 electron here, but here I took 2 electrons, because based on the shortage we have to take. How many shortage? Before we were sharing how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 electrons. Before shortage sharing, how many electrons is there? 5 electrons is there. How many shortage is there to reach a noble gas configuration? 5 plus 3 required. 3 shortage, so that I took 3 here. Here also shortage, how many is there? 3, so that I took 3 shortage here. So sharing. Sorry. Like this. Now, after sharing, how many number of electrons is there? After sharing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 electrons. These 6 electrons belongs to this nitrogen. These 6 electrons belongs to even this nitrogen also. It also has how many? 8 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, before sharing 5 electrons is there. After sharing they have 8 electrons each. Now, what the point is, this we have to call as a triple bond. So why do we calling it as a triple bond? Because how many number of electrons pairs is shared? This is the first pair, this is the second pair, and this is a third pair. What is the sentence? If 2 atoms share 3 pairs of electrons. If 2 atoms share 3 pairs of electrons, the bond between them is called triple bond. The bond between them is called as a triple bond. Now one question: how many bond pairs is there? How many lone pairs is there? We have to find. How many number of bond pairs? First, how to write to find the bond pairs? This is one pair, one bond. 1, 1. This is the second bond. So second bond. This one and this one. This is third bond. 3 bonds. And here is nitrogen. And these electrons are not involved in the bonding. So this is lone pair and this also is lone pair. This is lone pair and this is also will be taken as a lone pair. So number of lone pairs on the nitrogen N2 molecule is 1, 2. 2 lone pair of electrons in the nitrogen molecule. Number of bond pairs 1, 2, 3. Now nitrogen molecule number of bond pairs is equal to 3. Number of lone pairs is equal to 2. 2 lone pairs, 3 bond pairs. This is an example of a triple bond. So this is a covalent bond. The covalent bond is defined as the bond formed between any 2 elements by sharing of electrons is called as a covalent bond. So there are different categories: single covalent bond, a single bond, double bond, triple bond. So I wrote here triple bond here, N2 molecule. Single bond in the sense 1 electron pair is shared, such bond is a single bond. 2 electrons pair is shared, double bond. 3 electrons pair is shared, triple bond. So differentiate between the valence electrons and difference between the lone pair and bond pair. Lone pair in the sense the valence electrons which do not involved in the chemical bond formation. They are valence electrons only. So they are lone pairs. Bond pairs in the sense the valence electrons which are involved in the bond formation is called as a bond pair of electrons. These electrons involved in the bond formation is bond pair of electrons. This is a covalent bond.